Hello and welcome to the fourth episode of Four Comedians and a Hat. You have found our holiday show to put you in the mood to blow a shitwad of dollars on gifts to people who are most likely re-gift. I would like to let you know, as of today, we have a social media director and an artistic director for the show. I'm very proud of that. Yes, they are my two daughters, but they will really be an enhancement to the show because I am a little old and technically challenged. I am your host, Vincent Opper. I am a comedian and promoter out of St. Louis. And remember to click on the subscribe button on the bottom right corner of the screen, those of you who are on computers. If you're watching on another platform, find our YouTube channel by searching for Gateway Comedy Scene or Four Comedians in a Hat. Now let's meet the talent. Our first comedian is Bob Tierney. Everybody give Bob a hand. Bob is a local St. Louis-based entertainment kind of person. He does comedy. He does theater. He does song and dance. What kind of dance do you do?
A little bit of swing dancing and whatnot.
Oh, so you're not out there busting the disco moves or anything like that? All right.
Well, I try.
Bob has produced comedy shows in the St. Louis region as well as performed throughout the region. Once again, welcome, Bob Tierney. Underneath Bob is Jimmy Callaway. Give Jimmy a big hand.
I thought you were introducing the talent, but go ahead.
Yeah. Jimmy lives in Los Angeles like I think one half of all comedians do. And he co-hosts the No Thanks Zoom comedy show. The next show will be December 19th. He also hosts the music podcast, The Worm Turns, with Jimmy Callaway. Jimmy, what's that podcast about?
Oh, that's where I play music illegally for everyone to enjoy. Yeah, it's really a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun the time you're actually recording this and they come in and arrest you. That's what I'm waiting for.
I mean, I pay my taxes. I should expect them here by now already.
All right. Welcome once again, Jimmy.
Thank you.
And finally, last but not least, welcome Kristine Knowlton. Kristine is an international comedian that hails from Atlantic City, where she has an award-winning podcast, The Beauty and the Beast Show, with comedy partner Mark Hills. She performs and is a part of the rapidly growing comedy community. Rampantly LA Kristine also voices the role of Mystica Rabbit in the Amazon series Waterside Wrestling. Kristine, what is Waterside Wrestling?
Waterside Wrestling is just pretty much wrestling, but in a cartoon version with animals. Like, it's crazy.
Okay, and do your Mystica Rabbit voice for us.
Well, that was like harsh.
Okay. Mystica Rabbit, who does not like harsh things. Okay. Welcome once again, Kristine. And for those of you who joined us last week, know that I have my new hat, which is pimped out. I love it. Got it at the dollar store. And we're going to have our first question go to Bob. Bob, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Bob, Christmas, a Jesus celebration or a Santa celebration?
Well, I definitely think it's probably a little more towards Jesus. I don't know. I've never understood why people name their kid Jesus all the time, but nobody ever names their kid Jesus. I mean, I never meet Jesus Smith.
Jesus Jones was a recording artist.
Yeah, but that's a Jones. That's Jonesin.
Yeah.
And Moses Malone used to play basketball, right? That's close to Jesus. They were buddies or something, right? I don't remember. Right? Were they both on the Avengers, or am I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's fine.
There should be a comic book hero named Moses Malone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was the first NBA player to be drafted straight from high school, and now we've exhausted my NBA trivia. Boo.
Moses Malone actually, was it Moses Malone's? No. I'm thinking of Marvin Barnes, who played in St. Louis for the old AVA team. There was an alternative band in the 90s called the Jesus and Mary Chain. So.
Yep, they alternated very well back in the 90s. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have just completely decided this has nothing to do with Santa, even though no matter where we look, we see balloon Santas, we see plastic Santas, we see drunken Santas getting kids to sit on their laps. Why isn't this a Santa celebration anymore?
Nobody names their kids Santa either. You don't run into a lot of Santa Jenkins or anything like that.
My fiance's mother's name was actually Santa.
Oh.
Are you serious?
I am serious.
And how did that name come about?
My fiance is half Spanish. So in their Spanish family, they have Spanish. Well, I don't think Santa's like a Spanish name, but it's like I really like that. You know, I guess maybe Santa Maria. Maybe that's where it came from, but I that was like a bad thing. That just came off the top of my head. But yeah, her name was actually Santa. And I was like, oh my God, that's awesome. It's like, really? It's like, that is so cool. Your mom is Santa.
Let me guess. The husband's name is Easter Bunny.
Sometimes, but that's behind closed doors.
Oh.
That would be some interesting role playing. I mean, Papa's got a brand new bag. It's a whole different meaning behind it, you know?
I know, exactly. I mean, the Easter eggs have to go somewhere, right?
An Easter egg inside an Easter egg.
The Santa Easter Bunny / fiction meeting is going really well, you guys. I'm really glad. We could finally get together to do this.
Vince asked us, Santa or Jesus? We turned it into a sex talk video within 3 minutes.
And that's where everything leads to. Everything.
You're right. We can get that time down, I think, if we try.
Yeah.
I can't hear the word Santa anymore since watching Bad Santa. Without thinking about that scene where she gets with Santa and she starts saying, "Fuck me, Santa." That's all I think about now.
That's all I think about also, but I don't know if it's for the same reasons.
You think about having sex with Santa?
No, I think about having sex with Lauren Graham, the actress from Gilmore Girls, who was also in Bad Santa. Quite a bit, in fact. Yeah, it's actually kind of been a problem.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with Jimmy on that one. She is hot.
She was on News Radio for 4 episodes. That alone. I never even watched Gilmore Girls.
That's
Me either.
That's like one of those shows where you've never seen it, but you know every actor that was in it. It's like I never saw Friends, but I know who they all are.
My oldest daughter.
You know the most famous people of the 90s, Bob. Well done.
Yeah. My oldest daughter was really into the Gilmore Girls, so you know she's a Gilmorean girl, I guess. I don't know what you call it.
I think that is the actual Gilmorean girl, is what it's called when you're a bit.
Yeah. And that's one of my favorite Bible stories, Sodom and Gilmoria.
Oh, we brought it back around finally.
All right. Let's move on to our next question. Going with Jimmy.
Okay. Just make sure you give Liza Minnelli her hat back when you're done with it, please.
All right, Jimmy, another holiday question.
Okay.
What is the best holiday movie and what is the worst?
Any holiday at all?
Sure, open it up.
Because then the best holiday movie would be the film Friday, starring Ice Cube and Chris Tucker. Right? If Friday's a holiday. You guys have never seen Friday?
No.
No.
I said you guys because apparently Vincent speaks for all of us. I forgot he was your attorney.
Well, they've done at least 2, right? Because there was next Friday. There was Friday, and then
there's a Friday After Next as well, a third one. I have not seen the full Friday trilogy because really it should be Friday, Saturday, Sunday should be the trilogy. But yeah, it's if you're talking about an actual holiday, Scrooge is my favorite Christmas movie, and that's all I have to say about that.
You don't have a worse Christmas movie?
I mean, when you're a Satanist, they're all pretty bad. I mean, you know, I so rarely see my own representation on this big screen, so I just kind of come to accept it. There was a movie. This is a bad Christmas movie, but not in a good way. There was a movie that came out about, I want to say 10 years ago, maybe a little more or less, starring TV's Ted McGinley, and it was called Christmas with a capital C. Are you guys familiar with this?
No, I am not up on my Ted McGinley.
Oh,
movie.
all right. Well, you've come to the right place then. You've come to McGinley Central, as we call my apartment. It was a movie about the evils of saying Happy Holidays instead of Merry Christmas during the Lord's birthday time, his birth month, as he calls it.
Okay.
And I thought it was going to be a lot worse than it was. It was disappointing that it wasn't worse. But it had Ted McGinley and one of the lesser Baldwins and a stand-up whose name I can't remember, but who I remember from when I was a kid, who's now turned to the Lord and brought his comedy with him. So Christmas with a capital C, I would. That's the worst holiday movie because it's not bad enough.
I have two bad holiday movies, and they don't fall into the traditional bad holiday movies, but they are holiday movies nonetheless. One is called Santa Shark. You can catch it on like the Sci-Fi Channel and stuff like that.
This is a list of the best movies you've ever seen? Is that what you're doing?
Now these are the worst holiday movies. And Rob has just
Okay.
went to go turn on
Yeah,
Santa
watch
Shark.
Bob. Because it's called Santa Shark. I don't see a downside so far.
The acting isn't that good. The storyline's great. It's a great script.
Mm-hmm.
The other is I don't remember the name of it. It's Santa something. And it's got the wrestler Bill Goldberg, and he's a Santa who goes around killing people.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know Goldberg's first name was Bill.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But he can get away with being a murderous Santa, being he's Jewish and doesn't give a shit anyway.
Oh yeah. I guess that makes sense. Oh, is that what it is? Is it like symbolic of how,
No,
No? Okay.
I don't
was
know if you
reading
got that
into it.
deep. Christine, favorite and worst holiday movies?
Oh my gosh, favorite. I love all the Silent Night, Deadly Nights, like the original one where Santa came and just like hacked you into pieces. Like I remember renting these like in beta format, like when I was younger, and I was like, wow, this is like the coolest thing ever. It didn't scare me one bit. But yeah, I guess I like the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. That's one of my favorites. I grew up with A Christmas Story. That was great, the worst one, I don't know if I have a worst one. I mean, all the ones that are on the Hallmark Channel are pretty, they fall into that category. I can't do that sappy stuff.
Bob, what about you? Gremlins and Die Hard. Okay.
As far as bad
So-
ones go,
Mhm.
I have to agree with Christine. Like, it's just, I don't know anyone who has experience, but the only time I really watch a bad holiday movie is at relatives, and they're like, we're watching the Hallmark thing with the person from the 90s show. And it's like, hey, everybody, we met at a UPS packing plant, and now we have a relationship. And then there's always some sort of weird, like, scene in a barn, and it's like, I don't know, it's like, I think I just describe all holiday movies as like they meet, there's a barn involved, and it involves actors from the 90s that are kind of recognizable.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're bad movies, but it's like, my classic is when a mom kills something in a microwave. If you kill something in the microwave, it's Christmas.
There you go.
Yes.
I don't agree with that.
Speaking
I
of
also, Christine, I don't mean to, with your background, it looks like you're vice president of programming for the Hallmark Channel. That's all. That's all I'm
I'm
saying.
going back to the padded wall. I'm going.
No, it's nice. It's just, I thought, you have ears on your headphones. Just seems like you might like a Hallmark movie every now and again.
I have a friend, and her boyfriend lived in California. She lived in the St. Louis area. And every night they would talk on the phone while they watched the Hallmark movie together. That was the dumbest guy.
Yeah.
I mean, you're trying way too hard.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Can't
didn't
even
make
watch a good movie. Why don't they watch The Godfather together? That seems like it would. It's not very holiday-like, but I mean,
It's Christmassy enough.
it's Christmassy. There's snow at some point, I recall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
All right, Kristine, are you ready for your question?
Yes.
Wow, another holiday question. I promise they're not all holiday questions. What is the worst holiday we celebrate?
At this point in the calendar, I'm pretty sure it's all of them. Like, I don't know about you guys. Like, I haven't changed my actual calendar since May because I've kind of given up on everything. But I think, you know, as I gotten older, I agree with George Costanza that, you know, Festivus for the rest of us.
Yeah.
I think there's just there comes a time. So it's like, I don't really think there's a worst one. I don't think there's a best. It all depends on what you like, what you don't like. I mean, my favorite's definitely Halloween. I don't know if that's an actual like holiday, but yeah, I don't really have like a worst one.
I do.
Do tell then, Vincent, please.
Ooh.
I'm going to sound like an old curmudgeon, and that's only because I am. I no longer can stand 4th of July. It's loud, it's obnoxious. Where I live, fireworks are legal, and
Every July 4th, you think, around then?
I almost said something that if people heard me say it, they might come and burn my house down. But I live in a county where, you know, the most important things in life are bonfires, fireworks, and, you know, mowing your lawn. I mean, but
Right. That 4th of July tradition of mowing your lawn, yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I used
Well, I
to
don't
like
know,
it.
Vincent. I didn't know how to tell you this, but actually, you're being visited by 3 ghosts. I'm the ghost of 4th of July past. Bob is the ghost of 4th of July future, and Christine is the ghost of Arbor Day past because there was a mix-up with the paperwork.
Yes.
But we're working on it. We're gonna get it cleared up.
And what
We're
are you
gonna
going to
show
tell
you the
me?
true meaning of the 4th of July.
Yeah, I know what the true meaning is.
It's a fun holiday. It's too fun. I mean, I remember, I mean, you could buy an alcohol, explosives, but I got drunk once. So drunk one 4th of July, I was at my sister's place. I ended up peeing in her cat's litter box. And I'll tell you, they don't like that. It's just not a good idea. You ever want to see a cat piss? But that's the sort of thing that happens on 4th of July. It never happens on Halloween because you're outside all.
You don't want to piss in a cat's litter box on Halloween because that's the night they have powers. So you just want to hedge your bets is all.
Okay,
Was the
Bob,
cat was upset that you pissed in the litter box, or the owner's upset that you urinated in the litter box?
No, the cat caught me in the process.
Oh, oh, that's awkward. You can't even talk your way out of that one. Oh, right in midstream. Yeah, there's no coming back from that. You just have to apologize and leave.
I was looking at the poor cat. I was in the basement and I was out of there's a litter box. It seemed like logic. Just
Oh, it makes perfect sense to me, but it's not my litter box, so I can't really.
now did you get in there and cover it up?
No, I tried to get down there the next morning
Well.
before anybody realized that cat had a bladder problem. But
Smart.
All right, what do you think the worst holiday is?
I know there's going to be a loaded answer, but it's true. I think to be serious for a moment, it's Columbus Day. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why Columbus Day is fudged, but the worst part of it is, even if you were to look around the sad fact of Columbus Day, the dude didn't even find the place. Like Leif Erikson actually was the first European to find it, right? So it's like it should be like Erickson Day, you know, like the entire country should be named like Erica or something, like the United States of America. So I mean, once you get past all the bad stuff, it's like he didn't even find the place.
Wow.
I don't get Columbus Day. It's like an entire continent should be called Erica.
You're pissing off of the Italians.
I know. Like I said, I'm opening up the worms, you know.
Yeah, Columbus Day would be a lot more fun if we got like, you know how like you get a lot of candy and stuff around Christmas and Halloween. If there was more pasta around during Columbus Day, I think it'd be a lot more popular. I mean, I know carbs aren't for everybody, but they have the gluten-free kind now too. You know, it's not like
Wouldn't
you
it be
can't
more
make.
appropriate on Columbus Day to just share syphilis with everybody?
Yeah, but then you got the judge said I can't do that anymore. It's a whole thing.
It is a little messed up when you realize that up until recently on Columbus Day, you could actually watch the New England Patriots slaughtering the team from Washington. I wish I would just pick something already. Yeah, I mean, what?
Yeah, they should pick a more racist name. I think that would actually be funny. If they double down on it and win with the N-word, I'd watch football again.
Oh.
You know, it's terrible, but also you wouldn't be able to look away.
Well, I know I'm probably getting a little bit too political here, but it's almost like the fact that they haven't picked a name by now is almost like their way of getting back at people. It's like, we're the team from Washington. That's it. It's like, we're the team from Washington. It's like, you could have called them the Bob Barkers from Washington. They could have been the Washington Bob Barkers or something.
It is a little passive aggressive on the organization's part. That's pretty. Yeah, actually, I think you might be right.
I had a friend of 20 years. Now, we weren't close friends, but he actually will not talk to me anymore. He blocked me from social media because I agreed that the Redskins should change their name. It's time to change it. And he's such a hardened Redskin fan, you know, I might as well have said, you know, Manson is Jesus. I mean, it really offended him. I like the way the Cleveland Indians have done it. They've just come out and said, we're changing our name. This has been in motion. We just haven't told anybody because we don't want to deal with the shit, you know?
Is that right? Is Charles Manson joining the Cleveland Indians? I got lost what you were saying.
Let's hope, you know?
I mean, he does have a hell of an arm.
He's got a fan base. His fans are rabid.
If you want to bring the World Series back to Cleveland.
All right, Bob, next question. What secret conspiracy would you like to start? Oh, that's a good one for you.
What the hell is that supposed to mean? Okay, secret conspiracy I'd like to start. It has to be something that, it has to be something that nobody would consider plausible, but then build some time. So I would like to start the rumor that, let's see here, conspiracy theory, that there really is no such thing as a bread knife. There's no such thing as a bread knife. There is no specific utensil that is to cut bread. They're just really large butter knives, and people have been confusing them to cut loaves for ages now. There are no butter knives.
Okay.
Sounds plausible.
I would think over the past few years, as many conspiracy theories as we've come up with, you would have something a little more biting.
Well, okay, all right. I'll give it one more go here. It's like butter.
I don't know. The baked goods talk is what I joined up for, frankly.
Okay.
I can't, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's totally plausible that we never won the Revolutionary War. The British are still running the entire country. All of them. Who's the Prime Minister of Britain? I don't keep up.
Margaret Thatcher?
I think it's John Cleese now.
Who may or may not be among the living, is currently in a bunker, and she's giving marching orders to the Pentagon and everything. She's responsible for the whole thing. I mean, like I said, the damn conservatives.
Hey, Bob, this is airtight so far, but I'm just curious what the end game is. Why would the British be running the American government in secret? Is it because they're really bad at it? That would actually make sense.
Because we're like the dirty laundryman. We can do all the bad stuff. And the British are like, Queen and country, we do no wrong.
Yeah, the Benny Hill show really backs that up. The British really do have a higher cultural standard than America. Yeah, absolutely.
There you go. That's my conspiracy. We're not really free. The British are running us from downtown Abbey as we speak.
I mean, if they were really running things, they would break into your house right now because you just called it Downtown Abbey. The secret British police would whisk you away.
Oh my God. I once posted on Facebook, my wife was watching Downtown Abbey because I didn't know it was Downtown Abbey. And all my friends could not wait to pounce upon me to tell me how wrong I was. I'm like, who cares, you know? The way I look at it is, you know, we fought a war with them, so we didn't have to act like them anymore. Didn't have to behave like them.
That's right. We didn't need to be imperialistic and try to take over countries that we had no business being in. That's for the British.
Yeah.
But we never did. That was always the British.
Yeah.
See, okay, now it's starting. See, airtight, like I said.
Yeah, in my opinion, it's like I think we're just a giant reality show that they're just watching and they're just laughing at every little thing that we do. They're just like, oh, what are the Americans up to this week? You know, let's check this out.
I even have proof. Just look at our flag. We didn't even change the colors.
Yeah. Perhaps we are run by the Brits. I mean, I do like tea, but I like it the American way. I like it iced.
Full of sugar.
The way God intended it to be.
Indeed.
Okay, Jimmy.
Yes. The suspense is killing me.
Three Stooges, Marx Brothers, or Laurel and Hardy?
I can't believe I finally got a question that I fucking deserve finally. The Three Stooges, obviously.
Why?
Sorry, I'm very angry about it. Here's how I actually feel, and this is a conversation I've had several times. I don't like what that says about me either. You can like all three. You don't have to split up. I used to work with a guy who was an avowed Marx Brothers fan, and he refused to even acknowledge the existence of the Three Stooges. And I was like, first of all, your anti-Semitism is taking a really weird form. Second of all, they're very different things. It's like I can enjoy the standing up comedy of Jerry Seinfeld and Cat Williams the same. They're completely different performers. You know what I mean? But I prefer the Three Stooges because violence is funny. Everyone knows that.
Seriously, you've seen the eye poke 10,000 times. Is it still funny?
Yeah.
10,001 times?
I mean, do you listen to the
Right,
same
Kristine?
album? Do you listen to the same albums by your favorite band, right?
I get sick of them.
Yeah, well, I don't watch the Three Stooges every day either. But I do love the Three Stooges very much. And they are better it's not everybody goes to the poke in the eyes and thing. But there's a lot of stuff that those guys do that no one really talks about because you'd have to be a giant nerd to notice it in the first place. And we don't want to give ourselves away because then we're easy picking.
Well, Shemp was a great comedian.
Goddamn right.
The best comedian of the bunch.
I'm still a Curly guy, but I do appreciate Shemp a lot more than I did when I was a kid, certainly.
Yeah, I like the humor of Shemp myself, but yeah. I think the best comedy movie ever made is Duck Soup. The speed that it runs, you have to watch it 3 or 4 times to make sure you've caught everything. And the first time I watched Duck Soup, it was like I wasn't moving fast enough for it. It like blindsided me. When I watched it the second time, oh, it's really funnier. The third time, it's even funnier, and you keep finding stuff. Laurel and Hardy, and it's good comedy, but I don't think that Laurel and Hardy is near the Marx Brothers, and I would put them a little below the Three Stooges. Good stuff, but you know.
I think the important thing is that we continue to talk about 100-year-old comedy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
It's most relevant here in the year 2020.
I've made my kids watch Duck Soup just so they won't know where.
Actually, last Christmas here in Los Angeles, the New Beverly Theater did a double feature of Duck Soup and another one that I was too high to remember the name of now. And it was on Christmas Day, and so I was planning on going, and my dad wanted to hang out, because I don't know if you guys noticed, it's like family around Christmas, they kind of want you to hang out sometimes. So I said, well, I'm going to this Marx Brothers double feature, you should come hang out. So my dad sat through Duck Soup, and then he goes,
I am out of here,
I'm gonna
bitch.
leave. And I said, oh, what a weird way to find out that I'm adopted. And my father walked out of the middle of a Marx Brothers double feature. But I mean, it answered a lot of questions, and frankly, it's quite a relief.
All right, what's the best Three Stooges short?
Oh, I mean, where do we even start? There was, I think, there's one where they kind of remade it, and so I don't remember which one is the first one, but I think it's Halfwit's Holiday. It's either Halfwit's Holiday or Hoi Polloi. I like when the Three Stooges have to go into an environment where everyone is filthy rich. That's where they're really at their best, because they're so completely the opposite of that. And to watch, that's the best thing about the Marx Brothers too, is to watch Groucho deflate Margaret Dumont the whole time, because she's a wealthy idiot. And that's who's the real enemy here, not Curly. I went to college and all I did was write papers about the Three Stooges. This is where now I live in this ramshack here.
Christine, you got an opinion on this?
I do, and it's kind of expanding on anything that's slapstick. I think from what I've seen in stand-up comedy, that's probably a hard thing to do live as any type of slapstick. But I expanding on all that, just the other night I was watching Chaplin's The Great Dictator. But somebody who I think is very overlooked, though, if you watch her, is Lucy. I Love Lucy, Lucille Ball, because you'll see the slapstick performance, that training a person has to have to be able to do that with their body and whatnot. And if you watch I Love Lucy, I mean, she's amazing. And I think they all borrow from each other, kind of like, the saying in jazz music, you borrow from each other. That's slapstick. They learn and appreciate what they can do. And so, I'm a fan of all the above, Douglas and Three Stooges. Obviously, they're a great, trio. But I think there's a certain amount of appreciation where they have to learn from each other. But that's like the old joke is a slapstick. Falling down might be easy, but getting back up is hard. All the above appreciation. Anybody that can use physical and the spoken, humor bone. So.
And Lucille Ball, one of her first films was Room Service with the Marx Brothers, if I'm not mistaken. Just in case you guys were wondering if I was 1,000 years old or not.
Christine, what's your opinion on this controversial topic?
I love the Three Stooges. I grew up watching them. It's so weird because everybody's like, "You're a girl, you like the Three Stooges," and I'm like, yeah, duh."
My wife loves the Three Stooges.
I love it. And that's another thing I had in common with my fiance's mother. We loved watching the Three Stooges together, and I'm like, I loved it, and I loved when I was younger, and I was watching it, and it was one of the episodes that had Lucille Ball in it, and my mom had come from around the corner. She's like, "You know who that is?" I was like, "Yeah, that's Lucy from I Love Lucy," and I was like, "Wow, this is amazing." And then I fell in love with the Stooges, their slapstick comedy, and actually that prepared me for when I traveled with the Ye Olde Nottingham Players, which is a Renaissance fair show, and we actually did slapstick, and it really helped by watching all the Three Stooges. And I'm about to go all curly on you. Hold on. Okay, I'm good. I got that out of my system. But it really, really helps, and exactly like Rob said, with watching I Love Lucy. And I love the episode where she's in the drugstore and she's trying to sell the Vita Vita Vegemin, and she's getting drunk because it's mostly alcohol. And I was like, oh my God, I want to be that someday.
You want to be drunk someday.
We all support you in your dreams, Kristine.
All right. We are down to our final question. Drum roll. Kristine, have you ever kissed someone under a mistletoe?
Actually, no, I have not. I've kissed people under a lot of things, but I've never done the mistletoe before. I've never been fortunate. But no. Honestly, no.
You've never just been standing under a mistletoe and someone kissed you?
No.
I don't know anybody who has.
Well, you say other things, but have you been kissed under a plant specifically, or?
Yeah, a plant, definitely. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I enjoy a good rumble in nature, so I guess that would count, right?
I've never been kissed under a mistletoe, but I've been boinked under a rocket foot.
Maybe a pine tree to get festive with it,
I have been kissed under a mistletoe. I had a girlfriend, and we were
so upset about it.
We were at her parents' house for Christmas. We'd only been dating like a month. Hey, you need to come to my parents' house for Christmas. So I'm there, and there's about 30 other people there, and I don't know anybody.
And you
she's standing
all of them?
She's standing in the doorway, and she, I'm like, what? And she looks up. She's under the mistletoe. I'm thinking, oh, you're going to make me kiss you in front of your whole family? So I went up, and I gave her a peck.
And you've been married ever since. That's a great story.
That relationship ended on a bad note.
What? It's because you didn't kiss her under the mistletoe. That's bad luck. That's why. That's why she was crushed by that pallet of mistletoe.
Well, you sounded a little hesitant.
The only time I ever ended a relationship with get the fuck out of my life. Wow. And then I felt terrible about it for months. And so I called her up to apologize. And she wasn't hearing the apology. So, but I, in my defense, I had to, because I had tried politely to break up with her, and the next day she would come over again, and I'm a nice guy. I'd let her in the door, so that's how it ended.
Yeah, you gotta get stern with them sometimes. Yeah. Not that I've had that trouble lately, but yeah, I hear you. How long had you been dating before you went to meet her family at Christmas?
About a month.
That's not enough time.
No.
I'm seeing somebody for a month. That's from Thanksgiving to Christmas. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not going. No. Absolutely not. Thank you, Kristine.
Yeah, I agree with that. That is way too damn short for any kind of holiday stuff. It's like,
absolutely. No. Maybe New Year's. Maybe if they had a New Year's party.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, Kristine.
No, that's fine. It's like, no, really. Yeah. Like a month is like too damn short for any, no, hell no. I was like, I mean, why can't people meet the old fashioned way? I mean, mistletoe and all that stuff involved, but my fiance and I, we met on the set of a horror movie. So I'm like, yeah, we'll just stay with that. But it was a while till I met his family. So, I mean, I'm okay with that. He was okay with that. We're all good with that. But yeah, 1 month, it's like, nah, we're done.
And like, if I met somebody on August 1st and they want to meet their parents on August 31st, I might think about it. But you're talking about on Christmas? That's too much.
No.
I went for the food.
Too much. Well, that's your hoisting yourself on your own petard. It's your gluttony that got you into this mess, buddy.
You're damn right.
And your lust, and I couldn't be more proud of you.
Lust and gluttony, 2 of those 7 deadly sins that I
2 of my favorites.
Yeah, have been some of the worst decisions I've made based on lust and gluttony. So
that's
I call it gluttony.
The holidays. That's the holiday spirit, though.
All right, we need to wrap this up. I do want to thank our comedians one more time. A big hand for Bob Tierney.
Yay.
A big hand for Jimmy Callaway.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
And a big hand for Kristine Knowlton. I've been your host, Vincent Opper. I hope you all, no matter what holiday you follow this time of the year, whether it be Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, or that satanic thing that Jimmy does, have a happy holiday.